guys, it's Monique from Vegan Living 24/7. I am just about to do a cooking video on basically easy vegan cooking or else cooking for noobs, for vegan noobs. So basically, I just want to show that it's not hard to cook and eat vegan. It's not even that expensive depending on what you buy. Basically, like, no matter what kind of foods you eat, whether you're omnivore, vegan, vegetarian, whatever, it doesn't have to be hard unless you're following a hard recipe or unless you're trying to make things complicated for yourself. You can seriously just make things super simple for you. So this series, I'm going to have lots of really easy, very simple, very quick meals to make. Like, this one might not be super quick because I'm still waiting for this water to boil. But while you're waiting for water to boil, you can do some dishes. Yeah. So anyways, what I'm going to be doing in this one is I'm just going to be cooking up some rotini noodles, and then I'm going to be using some pasta sauce. Very yummy. I love portobello mushroom. And then on the side, I'm going to fry up some vegetables in here to add to it. And I'm going to add whatever spices I feel like. So basically, I don't really follow any recipes. Just kind of wing it. Look what's in your cupboard. Just kind of remember what you used to eat before you went vegan and try to make the same thing but make it vegan is basically the advice that I would give you. But also make sure to be getting some higher protein options, because normally people, when they eat like pasta, they would add a meat to it. So just make sure to like have some beans on the side, some sort of nuts or a nut butter or some other types of legumes. There's like a whole bunch of different types of options for you for vegan protein, like stuff that's higher in the vegan protein. So if you want, you could use hummus or else chickpeas, because chickpeas are very high in protein. But literally, you guys, there's protein in everything, so you don't have to worry. I'm just saying this just because things that are higher in protein and higher in fat content is going to keep you full longer. So if you literally just took your spaghetti and meatballs and just took out the meatballs, like, and you just continued to eat that way, it wouldn't be very good. So that's all I'm trying to say here. But every single produce item has protein, just so you know. Add about a tablespoon of coconut oil. Now I'm adding in red onion. Chopped up 4 large mushrooms. Celery. Try to get it in the pan. And I'm going to add in some broccoli. This is pretty high in protein itself and many other nutrients. I'm basically trying to use up the stuff that's in my fridge so it doesn't go bad. So the more variety that you have in your cooking, the better. But obviously you can cook with as little amount of ingredients as you want, depending on like how lazy or how little amounts that you have in your fridge, or if you're like in a rush and you just want to get things done quickly. I understand if you just want to put onions and mushrooms in it. I understand. But cooking with a variety will always give you much more nutrition, a lot more benefits. So I would highly recommend trying your very best to cook with as many vegetables as possible. A little trick I learned from one of my girlfriends, shout out to Kim: put a frying pan over top of the frying pan if you don't have a lid that goes over it. Hell yeah. I was always putting like this tiny ass lid trying to like cover as much of the vegetables as possible. Just use another frying pan. Yeah. So now I'm just halving the pots. I'm putting some in here, and I'm going to be using 2 different sauces. So there's spaghetti sauce for one. And for the other one, I had a girlfriend tell me that she put coconut powder. I didn't even know you could get coconut powder. The coconut powder with nutritional yeast. I couldn't find it, like coconut milk powder, by the way. I couldn't find any coconut milk in my house right now, and so what I'm going to be doing instead is just adding this potato and leek soup, which I got from Superstore. I think this was in like their natural food aisle. Maybe it was next to all the other soups. I'm not too sure. Anyways, I just wanted to have one that was a little bit creamy, so I'm going to add this, and then I'm going to add nutritional yeast to both. Jeff hates nutritional yeast, but I love it. He just hates the concept of it. He doesn't realize he eats it at like pretty much every single time we go to a vegan restaurant, most likely. So I'm going to add a little bit of garlic and herb, a little bit of ground cumin, and some turmeric to the veggies. So I don't really have a huge thought process whenever I choose spices to add to things. I do know that if you're using thyme, only use a little bit of it. But other than that, and it's the same with the turmeric and the cumin. I don't use as much as I will for the garlic seasoning. Over time, you'll learn which kind of spices you like the best. So just use however much. Oop, getting my string in my food. So just use a little bit for now at a time. And then as you learn which spices you like, then you know which ones to add more of. Like some people really love paprika or smoked paprika. I'm not a huge fan of smoked paprika myself, but I prefer paprika over smoked paprika. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just gonna fry up some of these veggies and then I'm gonna add them each to each of the pasta dishes. Yeah, then it'll be like lots of meals for a while. It would help if you turned the element on. I was like, how come this one's bubbling so much and this one's like not doing anything? Still cold. I have some crushed up garlic cloves in here, so I'm just gonna use this up because I've had it in my fridge for a little while. It's kind of a funky color. Still smells okay. So, yeah. It's very strong. I think it's okay still. So I'm going to use it up. Difficult to do one-handed. Alright, and here's the pasta. I'm going to add some nutritional yeast. I would recommend getting the Red Star Bob Mills brand. Because that one for sure is fortified with B12. Normally I will add hemp hearts by oat, so I'm going to add some pumpkin seeds. So if you're not into that crunchiness added to your pasta, then, I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to add it. I would highly recommend adding some hemp hearts, though, because they're a little bit softer and they just go so nicely. So that's a little bit of extra protein and fats. Yummy. Good. Oh, also adding a handful of arugula. I'm gonna try to make it somewhat pretty so that I can take a photo of it. Because us millennial YouTubers are like that. Alright. Now you can't even tell what it is. So good. I always love to add tomato sauce with nutritional yeast. It's super good too. I highly recommend these combos or doing something similar to it. If you do something a little bit different, please let me know in the comments because I'm always looking for more inspiration on like more different recipes, more different sauces to do. Yum. You guys, this one's so good. Adding in like the soup with the nutritional yeast was so yummy. So there you have it, folks. Eating vegan and making vegan recipes does not have to be difficult. Don't have to make it complicated at all. Just throw things together, whatever you have in your cupboard and fridge, and try it out. And if you don't know if it's going to taste good, you can always just add a little bit of the sauce at a time to something just to taste test it out. So I'm definitely no chef, but I'm going to definitely be doing more of these types of videos in the future. I hope you guys have found this to be helpful. If you have any other helpful recipes that you think that a new vegan would find helpful, if you know any other easy recipes that other vegans would find to be helpful, please comment down below with some really simplistic meal ideas. Because right now this is the first video, but in the meantime I'm going to be making more. If you have more suggestions of which ones you want to see me do, please comment as well. And until then, till next time, guys. veg. Peace and love. See ya.